I think we are recording. Alright. What is going on YouTube? It is your boy, Sir Jorge the Great, bringing you my 250 subscriber special. Today, I'll be counting down my top 10 favorite thumbnails I have created since we've hit 250. So as of right now, I've created a couple more thumbnails that will not be considered for my top 10 list, even though I actually might have a couple that actually might make that list. I might throw them on the screen right now. That is one of my favorite thumbnails I've currently made, and that is a video that you just came out, I do think. So when I started my YouTube channel, I had a goal, and I really wanted to make unique thumbnails. And when I first started out, I actually wasn't doing that good of a job, in my opinion. I actually so I didn't see these thumbnails. My how do I want to word this? So I had a separate file called thumbnails where I used to put all my thumbnails in, and I actually didn't even get to look at those. But I'm pretty sure those weren't as good as my current thumbnails. So if you guys want to see like my old thumbnails, you know, go to my channel, check my channel, go from like oldest to newest, and you'll see where my channel began, right? I wasn't recording at 720, I was actually recording at 480 because I don't think my laptop could have handled 720 at the time. My current one can. But through the years, I've learned how to photo manipulate things. I've taught myself GIMP, I taught myself Photoshop, and I feel like I've come to a state where I can say I've changed the thumbnail game. I don't mean to sound cocky, I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I do think I have one of the better thumbnails, or some of the better thumbnails in the Poke community. And so, you know, thanks for you guys. It's all thanks to you guys, because you guys inspire me to continue and push myself when it comes to making these thumbnails. So, without further ado, here are my top 10, including honorable mention thumbnails so far. So coming at number 10, honestly, before I even get to number 10, this was very hard for me because I was talking to some people and they're like, it's like choosing your children. Like I put so much time and effort into these thumbnails, and it's really hard, you know, to get down to the top 2, top 3, top 10 thumbnails. But I chose thumbnails based on how you guys reacted, how I feel about them, and the overall quality I do like about them. And also like their impact towards the channel. So at number 10, we have week 1 of, I believe, season 2 of the BBR. And you guys should be seeing it right now. And this was a thumbnail that I actually feel pretty, to this day, I feel really proud of. I'm looking at it right now, and for the reason why, I guess I will go over sort of the inspiration behind the thumbnail if I remember it. But for this one, both my opponent brought Meteor Beam Pokemon. So I had brought Meteor Beam Jirachi, and Lieutenant Gold brought Meteor Beam Colossal, because I think I knocked off his Colossal, and he turned out to be Power Herb, and I'm like, oh, this guy also brought Meteor Beam, because the Isle of Armor had just come out, and you know, we had got those new tutor moves, and so I was very hyped to bring it this week. And so that's what I based the thumbnail on, is the fact that we both brought Meteor Beam, and I thought it would be cool to show off, you know, both Jirachi and Colossal doing the Kamehameha from Dragon Ball, and that's really what I did there. As you can sort of see from that thumbnail, is you can see they're actually wearing the clothes, and you know, they're shooting off those beams. It was kind of hard to actually show off like the beamage, because I have a thumbnail and I can only make them so big or so small, and it might take away from it. So obviously I had Jirachi, my opponent had Colossal, and so I had Jirachi wear the Sen and Eggy color. That's why he has like the brown clothing and the green wristbands. And then I based the clothing of Colossal based on my opponent's logo, the Los Angeles Slash, as it's like blue, gold, and white. There's no white, I don't know why. Looking at it right now, I wish I could redo the like the power-up age of both Pokemon. I like where I was going with it, but I feel like it could be a little bit better. I wish I could work on the shading a little bit more. But I do love the heating up of the Colossal. I think I did really well there. I also am very happy how Colossal came out. I was very worried that he wouldn't come out too well, but I think I did a good job there. And then I love Jirachi. So yeah, I very much Also, they're the same image, like the body wise. I forgot what image I used. I might throw it up on the screen right now. But yeah, this video has over like 300 views. It has it has more subscribers, or more views than I have subscribers, and you know, it gained me a few subscribers, and so it had me really, really optimal about the BBR season. So that's why it's number 10, because it was a monumental moment for the channel. It was a video that, you know, was doing really well, and so thank you for that. On to number 9. So at number 9, I'm actually going to be giving this place to 2 thumbnails, and the reason for that is because they sort of go hand in hand with each other. It's the theme I've done with my thumbnails, and that is me becoming Captain America, but I'm dubbing these Captain Latin America because I'm Mexican. So these 2 thumbnails were for the SSBL Season 5 Week 10, and then the UPA Week 4, I do think Week 4 or Week 3. I know we faced off Seth in those thumbnails, in that thumbnail. And I was still using, Week 3, there we go, against SW87. And I think the big reason why I get a good laugh out of them is because I love the way I look in these thumbnails. So I'm gonna talk about the oldest one, which is the first one. And funny enough, that was actually coming around at the same time as the Dragon Ball Z Rachi thumbnail, number 10. These sort of came back to back. And actually during the time these videos came out, I was going off camping. And so I couldn't see how well these videos were doing. And so I remember going up the mountain and seeing like, oh, it has over 100 views, what the hell? But yeah, so looking at this first thumbnail, I love the way I sort of partition the shot. So on one side you see me, you know, as Captain America. The angling of that was actually very difficult. I don't know why, but I just had a hard time getting my face into that right position. But I love the way I look, the way I'm commanding the Aegis / Hulk. I do remember trying to like color code or trying to manipulate the coloring of the Hulk to make it look like Aegis /, but you know, I think whether or not I could have, I think what you see right now is pretty good. I have the shield, I have the sword, and obviously I have like the Aegis / eye over Hulk. If I had to redo this thumbnail, I might have removed like the complete like top of it, so it's just the eye on Hulk, or even just remove the head entirely. I do like, I got lucky with the lighting of it. It looks kind of nice. I probably would reshoot my face so it looks a little bit better. But overall, I'm very happy with this thumbnail. I think it looks great. And now for the other one with, so you brought the wrong Scarm set. I remember this game so well because I think I would have won if I had brought the right Scarm set. I think I brought like a Spike set when I actually initially wanted to bring an Iron Defense body press set, because a wall sets Zygarde, and I was able to go +2, +4, and I was like, wait, where's body press? And I didn't have it, which, you know, it sucks. I misprepped. I love like the serious and like goofy Skarmories, implying, you know, these are 2 different sets that I brought the wrong one, and I'm crying as Captain Latin America, and yeah, I fucking love this. I love these thumbnails so much. And that's why they're number 9, because it's also something I've been wanting to do with my thumbnails, to have continuation, like tell a story, like tell a story in the sense of like, oh, you're seeing these progressions, like the Pokemon cards have stories with them. That's what I want to do with my thumbnails. I don't feel like I've been able to do it these past few weeks because, you know, I've been streaming, and now you know, and school starting soon, so hopefully this year I can still do that with more thumbnails. We'll see. But number 9 of my thumbnails is going to Captain Latin America. Coming at number 8, we have a thumbnail that actually inspired my current YouTube icon, and that is going to be week 12 of the UPA, aka Dad Bod Darmanitan. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at it right. I posed for this thumbnail. I love it. Background's kind of plain, I'm not gonna lie, but I just love the face that I'm giving that thumbnail. Like that sheer joy. Because we almost belly drum sweep my opponent. Like, I basically called turn for turn right. I was like, okay, he's gonna set up rocks, I'll get behind a sub, I'll click belly drum, and pray that they don't have rock blast. And that's exactly what happened. We got to +6 and we knocked out so many Pokemon. That's pretty much it. I feel like the body could have been drawn a little bit better, but I love just the bean, body of Germanitan, and I also love how in the background you could see another thumbnail, like week 6 or something. I think I'll play Galeta that week. The thumbnail behind us of Germanitan in a turtle suit, which, you know, I guess I could throw that out there as well. It was just, that was my attempt, a very lazy way to attempt to bridge these thumbnails together. But I just love it. This pose is what I tried to do initially on my trainer profile, and I failed, and I redid it. But yeah, there's nothing much else to say about this thumbnail. I absolutely love it. I love the poses here. Very dynamic, very me, and I love that face. Oh, I love that face, man. But yeah, very, very good. Going into number 7, we're gonna go on the theme of just me being in thumbnails for the time being. I'm realizing these past 2 thumbnails actually haven't had me at all, and I need to change that. Actually, the one that I think I'm gonna be making soon is going to include me, so yeah, you get to see my ugly mug in the next thumbnail. But going to number 7 is going to be week 1 of the APA Academy, and that is Hulk Shell Smash, the Poltergeist or something like that. I had a cute label for it on my list, but it is a thumbnail where I'm just running for my life from this fucking buff ass Poltergeist, and boy, let me tell you, I love the design of the Poltergeist. I'm going to be tooting my own horn because you know what, my thumbnails are great, and I'm going to own up to it. I'm very modest with my thumbnails, but you know what, fuck it, this is my subscriber special. I love this Poltergeist so much, and I'm just realizing now, as I zoom in on this thumbnail, I'm just realizing that there should have been a border here. Somehow my legs got cut off, which is a little odd. But you don't see it like on YouTube because it's so small, or like, you know. But when I was making the thumbnail, I was like, okay, so I know the shorts should be the pattern of the teacup, right? That kind of makes sense. I'm actually thinking about it now. I could have made the actual like lower torso, the lower body of it, the teacup, and it comes out as this buff ass thing. It was also the first time that, you know, I was drawing like an animate body, like a very physical body, a very buff one, and I wasn't too sure how that was going to come out, and I actually do like it. I love the shading here. I will admit the sort of, I guess it's the left side of it, is a little funky, and I got very lazy, and I was like, you know, I've put so much time into it already that I'm just not going to fix it. So that right leg or left leg kind of looks really odd, and I'd redo it if I wanted to. But I love the Poltergeist face. I also just love my face in this thumbnail, like the horrified, oh shit, I fucked up, this thing is going to sweep me now face. But yeah, I think I used a screenshot from the Avengers with Hulk actually smashing through stuff. So yeah, I love this thumbnail. I put a lot of time into this thumbnail, and it's one of the few thumbnails I made in my dorm this past semester. So that's gonna be number 7, Shell Smash Poltergeist. Coming in at number 6, I would recommend you hide this one from your folks, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a spicy one. It's a spicy thumbnail. So coming in at number 6 of my personal favorite thumbnails is going to be Thick Gengar. This is a thumbnail that shocked a lot of people on Twitter. I remember people going, "What the fuck, Jorge, is wrong with you?" And let me just tell you, there's a lot wrong with me. I remember making this thumbnail in my dorm, and I was praying to God that no one would walk into me and be like, "Hey, Jorge," and be like, "Oh." I will admit I spent a lot more time than I would have liked on this thumbnail. I feel like I've gotten better in terms of drawing, and this is probably one of my early stages with thumbnails that I drew, and I still love it though. It shocked so many people. Like, the reaction was that fucking Grimmsnarl. And the reason why I made this I made it like this is because why did I do that? Oh yeah, it's because Gengar lived a dark move from or Gigantamax Gengar lived a hit from the Grimmsnarl, and I'm like, that's a thick ass Gengar. Mwah. And so Blueberry, our girl, just serving us well, and just shocking the Grimmsnarl. It's like, oh, you should be dead. Why aren't you dead? Something fishy's going on. And so yeah, that's really the story behind that thumbnail. You know, I wish I could do more dramatic backgrounds now that I'm seeing these first 5 thumbnails. But there's nothing you can do about that. You know, they have been made. I thought about redoing thumbnails just for the hell of it, but it wouldn't really do much for me. Maybe it'd make more content for the channel, but who knows. But yeah, number 6 is going to be going to Think Gengar. On to honorable mentions. So before we get into our top 5 thumbnails, I do want to give a few shoutouts to some of my thumbnails that I look at, I'm very happy with, but unfortunately could not make the top 10 list. And so I'll be naming them 5 thumbnails. Initially I had 4, and I was going through thumbnails. I'm like, why didn't this one make the list? So those 5 are going to be Firing Rachi. I'm looking at it right now, and I love my face in that. Another one is the Buff El Tigre as a more recent thumbnail. Again, a very, very overly drawn Raikou. The show, quote-unquote, Girls, where me, Phalanx, and Tyrantrum are, you know, being fucking at gunpoint, being told to dance by a Whimsicott. And then finally, the Texas Chainsaw Salamence, which is also a more recent thumbnail. And more recent, this is the most recent thumbnail as of right now. And there's so much that goes on behind that thumbnail. But I'm going to save myself some time and not go into it. But shout out to Richard who gave me the idea. I love you, man. So yeah, those are going to be our honorable mention thumbnails. And if you guys want to hear more about them, let me know in the comment section. I'll make a separate video going over them. One more. It's also the Bees! That's the Bees! Thumbnail. That's a way older thumbnail. I think it might be the oldest thumbnail on this list. But yeah, some of them have some common themes on why they're in the honorable mentions, but I want to give shout outs to those thumbnails, and yeah, on to our top 5 thumbnails. Starting our top 5 list at number 5, we have a thumbnail that actually was one of my last ones before I took a mental break from YouTube and content creation in general. That being the Galarian Bro shooting range. Now, I chose this thumbnail not because it's funny, but because aesthetic-wise, it's very pleasing to look at, and it's one of my favorite, like, non-comedic thumbnails. So I feel like I was able. So I took this sort of approach from Shayquaza. I've noticed that he is able to sort of position Pokemon from the Pokedex and put them in certain ways. So that's why you're able to see Galarian sort of from the back rather than the front. You see like Terrakion reacting to the Gooish, if that makes sense. Also, I very much like how the goo came out. I wish I could shaded it a little bit better, but again, very amateurish when it comes to, like, you know, drawing stuff. But I feel like the goo looks kind of good in this thumbnail. And, I love how you can see Amoonguss on the very far back as if he got a headshot and is just dead. And the reason why I did this is because in the actual battle, for some reason, Trick Room Galarian Silver kind of just went in and claimed 5 KOs that game, which is nutty. I think I wanted to put only the Pokemon that she killed, Pew Pew Pew. I think her name was Pew Pew Pew. And so yeah, you have Shandy being covered in goo. You have the Metagross, which just like got inked on, and you over everywhere you just see ink everywhere. And so it just looks like it's a huge shooting range. That smiley face, is that an upside face I see at the top left? I think it is. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. I'm gonna be real. But yeah, it's such a it's just everything I love about it. So yeah, number 5 is actually also, before I cap it off, finding a good like Western themed like shootout area was kind of difficult. So yeah, but yeah, I said what I mentioned. So number 5 is going to be going to the Galarian Bro shooting range. On to number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have another risky thumbnail, and a thumbnail that you guys absolutely were shocked by, and that is going to be week 9 of the season 3 of the BBR with the Dominatrix Aromatisse. The Trick Room, the emphasis on room, because also I guess on Trick, but not. Yeah, actually no, because Mario B. I think Mario B set up Trick Room. That's why you see the neon sign, which also I very much love how that looked, and the angling of that as well. But this is a thumbnail that shocked so many people, and I think this is no. Another thumbnail came out before this, and it just showed how crazy I could be with my thumbnails. But what's to say about it? It's just, you know, an innocent looking thumbnail. We have Volcani on the back with a leather mask. We have Sharpedo with a ball gag. And then we have the mistress, or the master Dami, Master Dami Aromatease with the boots, the leather skirt, and the whip. You can't forget about the whip. I love sort of like the reflectiveness of like the skirt that I was able to somehow manage. I was purely guesswork, and I love it. I think it came out really, really well. I love the coloring of the room. Very worried that when I make a thumbnail, I'm always worried someone's gonna be like, "That's my image," and that's why I like to draw my own shit, because I don't want to be stricken for that. That's why, you know, besides the background, I try to draw everything myself, because I don't want anyone. I don't want to have to credit anyone else. That sounds really wrong, but it's just I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, just people were very shocked about this. Making the ball gag, actually, I had to change colors of the ball gag. It was initially blue, and I didn't want it to match Sharpedo's colors. I wanted to give some contrast, so I made it red instead. Yeah, that's gonna be our number 4 slot. I do think I might call it 4, but Jorge might have corrected me. No, number 4 is gonna go to Dominatrix Aromatease. Before we go on to the top 3, I also want to say, if you guys have been enjoying this subscriber special, consider subscribing. Subscriber special. Make me go to get me to 300 subscribers and eventually 1,000, so I can get money for these videos. Hit the like button down below, and you know, share this video with a friend. So we can grow the cult of Eggy even more. But anyways, we're going to be going to our number 3 spot, and I had to burp. Pardon me. Coming in our number 3 spot, it's going to be for similar reasons as our Galarian Bros shooting range. It's actually one of our least popular videos. It's going to be sort of like the Armageddon Zygarde. Am I the antagonist? This is a thumbnail that I absolutely love because of just like the aesthetic of it, right? I really messed around with the Zamazenta posing. I kind of wish I was able to use like a 3D model of complete Zygarde in the background, but there's no Pokedex entry for Zygarde complete, and so that made my job a lot more difficult. I could have gone into Ultra Sun and Moon and done it, but no. But regardless, the actual shot itself, I think, is fire. Literally, there's fire in the background. But that's an image of the Mushroom Kingdom, and I darkened it. I put like an inner shadow, so it looks a little bit more distressed, more darker, as if, you know, Zygarde is truly destroying the castle, and you can't have a castle without its guard dog. And we have Zamazenta right there trying to defend it. We have the BBL logo lurking in the background. I think also that's the actual background they use in the Mushroom Kingdom. And I inverted the colors, and this is the technique I actually initially used in our number something thumbnail. I'm not gonna spoil it. In another thumbnail, we have like Zygarde like blasting a beam off, and there's a lot of good stuff here, and I very much love it. And if you guys, you know, like it too, tell me. I like it when you guys tell me what you guys think of my thumbnails and give me like honest roastings of it. But yeah, number 3 is going to be going to Armageddon. Armageddon. I'm the antagonist. Yeah. On to number 2. Going on to our second place thumbnail. This might come to a shock, because everyone might think this is my number 1 favorite thumbnail of all time. But it recently got beat. So coming in at number 2 is going to be, and I dub it, the birth. Me giving birth, and this is the thumbnail that really started giving me credit for my work. This shocked so many people. They were like, "What the fuck, Jorge, is wrong with you?" Like, this is what started, and this is the thumbnail that gave me the credit that I had been looking for in terms of my thumbnails. So, fun fact, actually, I should have probably put the thumbnail up in front of me so I can talk about it. So there's 2 of them, right? And I'll also give you number 2 to the other one, because I did some fun stuff with that as well. But for this was for week 10 of season 2 of the BPR. We played I paid Patty Trails to throw the game, but we played a content creator that I look up to, Patty Trails, and we won that game. And I'm like, yo, do we have a chance of making playoffs? And we didn't. But you know, we gotta sell the click. No, we did. We actually that gave us a chance of making playoffs. I'm just a dumbass. But there is a lot going on in this demo. Let me just tell you, we have a doctor right in front of my scrotum. Fun fact, that image has like took 2 different shots. So one where I'm like laying and I had a pillow in my shirt, and I'm just trying to like give birth to this quote-unquote playoff race. There was another image of me just like on my back with my legs up in the air, which sounds really, really bad. And I don't know if I have that photo still, and I might throw those images if I remember to. And then we have just like, I think everyone's reaction to this thumbnail in the form of the Jirachi. It's like, what the fuck? And actually that face I make in that thumbnail is my current one of my my live streaming emotes. I can't say the name because I'm gonna get smited by YouTube, but you know, that TV such a hard to great. You guys know the other stuff. That's currently one of my emotes over there, and then we just got Jellison who's just chilling there. If I had to redo this thumbnail, I might redo the Jellison face. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not the biggest fan. Also, something I also stopped doing is using the borders they gave us for thumbnails, because I feel like that limits my power. But with thumbnail, I want to use as much space as possible and just throw the legal logo somewhere else eventually in it. But yeah. Also, I guess I could talk about the other one as well. Let me see if I can find it immediately. No. I know it's like week 11. There we go. And then we have week 11 of the UPA, another league I thought I had a playoff chance. This one for sure I didn't have a dying chance, but this is a thumbnail that I reused the same thumbnail. I still have the Photoshop file, and so I was able to just recopy it and put Serena instead, because at the time I didn't have Jirachi nor Jellison in that league, and so I used Serena instead. I was able to sort of like hide the fact that this image was photoshopped with the Serena. I gave the room sort of like this angle look. It doesn't look super well. I'd redo it. But in the background, I have a reference of the original employees that worked at this hospital in the Jellison and the Jirachi. So if you guys noticed that, good for you. There's even a plaque that says Employee of the Month, and there they are. And then also, I very much like the way I have like the reflection, myself in the reflection of the mirror. I very, very much like that. But yeah, this is a thumbnail. This gave me the credit that I feel like I feel like I've earned now. That could be number 2. Now you might be wondering, what is number 1? You're gonna be finding out right now. Coming in at number 1, one of I think is my best thumbnail I've created thus far, or if not, it comes pretty close, is going to be Think Scar. Think! Week 2 of the ICP. Funny enough, YDB actually, the battles came up a couple of times now. But there's not much I can say about this. It was the first time I think people were shocked by it was a good thumbnail. Like, I remember Olivia like commenting on my post, like it was like, holy shit, this is really good. And that's when I felt pride. I made it, and I felt so much joy of his creation. I think it was the first time that I used a relevant like meme that was going around Twitter, and I've been trying to use more of those because like they're relevant in a sense. Long story short, Mario B kicked my ass in ICP, and I didn't bring Whirlwind with my Scarp set, and it would have, I think, saved me the game if I had brought it. And so that's why I'm like, think Scar and think, why no Whirlwind? You caused this. Because right at the time, the Omni-Man meme was very, very relevant. And so I figured, hey, why the fuck not? And I started working on it. There's a separate video that I actually recorded me making this. If you guys want to go check that out, go check it out. As well as go check out all the other videos that I've talked about, the thumbnails for those videos. Go check them out, please. Give me views. Make me feel good. Um, I love Salamance's face. That took a lot of time. I love Skarmory's defeated look. I love the bentness, like the beat up look of it. A lot of time went in this thumbnail. And so if you want, actually, I don't think I have to talk about most of it because I talk a lot about it in the actual process. So please go make sure you check that out. It's a longer video because I was doing it live, and I didn't know how I wanted to make, do those kind of videos. So go check it out. But yeah, that is gonna be my top 10 thumbnails. Well, let me know what you guys think of my list. Is there a thumbnail that you thought deserved to be in my top 10? Also, let me know. I've made a lot of them, and they take so much time, so much pressure, but I do it for you guys. Even if you don't watch my videos, even if you're just cutting into it right now, the fact that you laugh at my thumbnails, the fact that you enjoy them, the fact that you might raise an eyebrow and go, what the fuck? It makes that time, that energy worth it. And so I just want to thank each and every one of you who have supported my channel. Because, you know, YouTube has saved me in a way. I'm really happy where the channel is going right now, and I hope we continue to grow. I hope you guys stick around with me as we try to move along. And yeah, this is a thank you for 250 subscribers, which is fucking insane. I remember when we hit 100, when we hit 200, and now we're at 250. So thank you. I look forward to making you guys more thumbnails, making you guys just fucking make a double take. And yeah, here's to 300, here's to 400, here's to 500, here's to 1,000. So Jorge the Great isn't going anywhere anytime soon, and I look forward to showing you guys my next thumbnail. See you next time. Peace. Thank you so much for watching this video of mine. If you guys did enjoy this content, by all means hit that like button down below and subscribe if you have not already. If you guys want to continue watching my content, Sergey himself has picked a video just for you on the left of the screen. Just all you have to do is click it, but YouTube does think you guys will enjoy the video on the right. The choice is yours. Anyways, you guys do know me as Jorge the Great. Make sure you press the word of Alolanegi, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.